请大家同心默祷。
Let us all bow our heads and pray in silence.
哈利路亚，奉主耶稣圣名开始我们今天晚上的聚会。
Hallelujah. In the name of Lord Jesus Christ, we begin evening service.
我们一起起立唱赞美诗170。
Rise and sing hymn 177. Please be seated.
我们等一下来祷告。
We're about to pray.
我们在祷告当中，求神带领我们接下来的聚会。
In our prayer, we ask God to guide us through tonight's service.
求神的灵运行在我们当中。
We ask for His Spirit to work among us.
让透过圣经，让我们彼此学习。
That through the Bible we may learn.
神带领我们的接下来的脚步，一直到明天的安息生日。
So ask God to continue to guide our footsteps until tomorrow's Sabbath day.
我们同心跪下来祷告。
Let's pray in one accord. Good evening to our brothers and sisters.
想用亚伦造金牛犊题目来作为大家的分享跟学习。
Now, I would like to use the topic of Aaron made a gold calf as a topic for mutual encouragement.
亚伦这个人物呢，我们大家都对他很熟。
We are pretty familiar with Aaron.
那他一生当中也有很多事情是值得我们来作为解的。
And there are many things that happened in his life can serve as a warning for us.
那他的事情大部分都记在出埃及记。
And most of his recordings are in Exodus.
我们知道他的身份是摩西的。
We know that he is the brother of Moses.
当神在选召摩西出来带领以色列百姓出埃及的时候，
When God was choosing Moses to lead the Israelites out of the land of Egypt,
这亚伦他就成为了当中一个很重要的角色。
and Aaron became a very important character.
因为摩西告诉神说，
Because Moses told God
他经过了这个40年的旷野之后，
that after being in the wilderness for 40 years,
他跟神说，我不会说话。
he said to God that he doesn't know how to speak.
在这40年的旷野之前，他是在埃及学了40年，所有的埃及所有东西他都学。
And before that, he was in Egypt for 40 years learning all the wisdom of Egypt.
而透过了40年之后，在旷野之后，他告诉神说他，
But after 40 years, he told God that he was not eloquent.
所以神就要他去找亚伦来帮他说话。
And so God found Aaron to help him speak.
所以亚伦在这个时候就成为了一个非常重要的角色。
And at this time, Aaron became a very important character.
那在亚伦的一生当中，
And in Aaron's life,
有几件事是他信仰侍奉上的一个。
there are a few recordings of failures in his faith and servitude.
第一个就是我们等一下会提到的，亚伦他造金牛。
And the first is Aaron making a gold calf.
第二个事情呢，就是他的儿子，他两个儿子
And the second is his two sons,
拿达跟亚比户，
Nadab and Abihu.
他们是身为祭司的身份，他们是却在神的祭坛上献上了燔火。
And though they are the priests, they offered profane fire on God's altar.
所以他们献上燔火的结果，
And what is the result of them offering profane fire?
神就毁灭他。
And God destroyed them.
那是记载在利未记的第10章。
This is recorded in Leviticus chapter 10.
那另外一件事情呢，
And another event,
就第3件事情，
which is the third event,
就是米利暗。
is Miriam.
米利暗就是
Miriam is the sister of Moses.
他非常嫉妒，
And she was very jealous of Moses.
所以他就因为摩西娶了古时女子这件事来抨击。
And because Moses married a Gentile woman, and she used that as a point of mocking to Moses.
怎么来说呢？
What does she say?
我们看一下民数记的12章。
Let's turn to the book of Numbers chapter 12.
民数记的12章
Numbers chapter 12.
，12章的第1跟第2节。
Chapter 12, verse 1 and verse 2.
我们看一下第2节。
Read verse 2.
难道耶和华单与摩西说话，不也与我们说话吗？
Verse 2. So they said, Has the Lord indeed spoke only through Moses? Has he not spoken through us also?
所以他就嫉妒摩西啊，
And so they were very jealous of Moses.
所以他就在那边有点像是在跟摩西来互争宠一样。
It's as if she is being,
就他非常嫉妒，
she's very jealous of Moses.
所以在这件事情上，亚伦却没有去把他们调和。
And on this certain event or the certain topic, Aaron did not mediate between them.
而甚至是甚至是让这米利暗这么的在 亚伦在摩西面前这样子的嚣张哦。
However, Aaron allowed Miriam to be pompous in front of Moses.
所以在之后我们就知道，米利暗因为这件事情，她生了大麻，
And we know that because of this, Miriam, she contracted
一
leprosy.
直到摩西替她向神祷告，她才好。
It was only until Moses interceded for her that she was no longer leprous.
所以在这件事情上，亚伦他也没有做到说他一个中间调和的。
And on this event, Aaron did not do the job as a mediator.
在最后一件事情上面，
On the last event,
我们知道说人，或一旦年纪渐长的时候，就是所有范围都，无论是你的知识或者是你的脾气上，都会渐渐的调和到一个比较圆滑的状态。
we know that when age comes, a person's education and their anger or their emotions will be tuned to a certain level.
甚至在属灵上面也会渐渐的成。
And including their spirituality, they will mature.
可是，在最后的时候呢，
But the last moments,
那这件事情是记载在民数记的20章哦。
this event is recorded in Numbers chapter 20.
我们知道以色列百姓他们被带出埃及，
We know that the Israelites were brought out of Egypt.
但是神要摩西带领他们。
And even though it was God that asked Moses to bring them out,
我们看到这百姓在一路上怎么样的去一直在争吵。
but we know that these people on the journey, they were always arguing.
没有水
complain
也吵，没有吃的也吵，
They were complaining when there's no water. They were complaining when there was no food.
然后吃的太单调的也吵。
And when they're complaining when they're only eating things that are too plain.
所以在最后一件事情，就是因为这些百姓吵，所以他击打磐石。
And the last thing is on the event of when Moses was angry with the people and he struck the rock.
他并没有去
And Aaron did not stop Moses in doing this thing.
所以在亚伦的他一生当中有的要去。
And there are some events in Aaron's life that we have to be aware of.
那我们等一下来看这个，他为以色列百姓铸金牛犊。
And we will be looking today at the event of how Aaron made the golden calf for the
我
people.
们从这整件事情上面来好奇。
And from this event, we can ask a few different questions.
从百姓的这个角度来看的时候，
From the perspective of the people,
会不会常常他们忘记神的恩？
are they very forgetful of God's grace?
神带他们出埃及，
And God led them out of the land of Egypt.
为了要增加他们的信心，给他们看到的是，
And in order to increase their faith, God allowed them to see the 10 plagues.
然后后面有追兵带他们过了红海。
And when there is Egyptian army after them, he allowed them to cross the Red Sea.
过了红海之后，因为他们所带的粮食不够了，就试玛拿给。
And after they have crossed the Red Sea, because they don't have enough food, God also gave them manna.
你有想象过一个你眼睛然后睡醒睁开你就
Have you
情况吗？
Have you ever imagined yourself in a situation where you can, when you just wake up, when you open your eyes, you have food to eat?
你不需要努力去工作，或者是去买东西，你就有食物。
You don't have to work hard or go purchase food, but you have food to eat.
然后在整个旷野的40年当中，他们有遇过。
And in the 40 years when they're in the wilderness, they had the pillar of fire and cloud.
可是我们看到很多事情上面，他们就是在向摩西争吵，向神争吵。
We can see on various events that they were arguing or complaining against Moses and
所
Aaron.
以从百姓的身上，我们可以看到，是不是我们常常回想自己，我们是不是也会这样？
And from the perspective of the Israelites, we can think of ourselves whether we are the same.
会不会我们有时候一直受到很多恩典的时候，可是却觉得好像不够？
That in the where when we receive many grace already, but we still feel that there's not enough grace.
那第二个呢，我们从亚伦身上来看，
And the second perspective we can see in the perspective of Aaron.
亚伦他被拣选成为摩西的副手，
Aaron was chosen to be a helper of Moses.
甚至他整个族群后来被神拣选为，
And it was even to the end that their whole tribe was chosen as priests.
他们所要做的事就是服侍神、侍奉神，是最宝贵、尊贵的工作。
All they had to do was to serve God, and that is a very precious work.
可是我们看到亚伦的几件事情上面，他好像都会忘记。
But we can see that in various events of Aaron's life, he constantly forgets that he's a priest.
他也会忘记他应该要做的事，
And he will also forget the things that he must do.
他忘记了他应该负的责任。
He also forgot about his responsibilities.
最后呢，他还会推卸责任。
And in the end, he will also push responsibilities off of himself.
所以从这历史事件上，我们来看
From the recordings of history,
我们看一下出埃及记的32。
let us turn to the book of Exodus chapter 32.
出埃及记的32章，
Exodus chapter 32.
当神要摩西带领以色列百姓出埃及的时
When God asked Moses to bring the people out of the land of Egypt,
候，一直到神要召摩西去上西乃山之前，
and from that time till the time where God called Moses onto Mount Sinai.
这过程当中过了大概2个，
And this whole time period, it was around 2 months.
在2个月前，神才在他们面前显了神迹。
And prior to the 2 months, God just showed his miracles before the people.
然后摩西上了西乃山40天，
And after Moses went up to Mount Sinai for only 40 days.
我们看一下32章的
Turn to chapter 32, verse 1.
32章第1节，百姓见摩西迟延不下山，就大家聚集到亚伦那里，对他说：“起来，为我们做神像，可以在我们面前，因为领我们出埃及的那个摩西，我们不知道他遭了什么。”
Verse 1. Now when the people saw that Moses delayed coming down from the mountain, the people gathered together to Aaron and said to him, Come, make us gods that shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man who brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we do not know what has become of him.
所以你看到百姓他们是什么？
We can see the reactions of the people.
不到40天而已，
It's not even 40 days yet.
他们就跟亚伦这么说了。
They started to speak in this manner to Aaron.
我们不知道那个带我们出埃及的摩西，
We don't know what has become of this man, Moses, that brought us out of the land of Egypt.
所以你帮我们做神像吧。
Make us gods.
所以在这个时候，我们就可以看到他们百姓的信仰其实还没有扎根。
From this, we can see that the faith of the people has yet been rooted.
当神要亚伯兰开悟，
When God wanted Abraham to leave Ur,
所以神把他从一个多神信仰的地方把他领出来。
and God brought Abraham out of a land which had a faith of multiple gods,
再跟他建立一个唯一一神的信。
and then established with him a faith with only one God.
但是当雅各带着他的全家下到埃及，
But when Jacob brought his whole family to Egypt,
你说在这些百姓住在那个430几，会不会受到周遭的影响？
and the people they lived in that place for around 430 years, will they be affected by the people around them?
很难说那个时候他们搞不好他们的想法都跟周遭的这些。
We may say that perhaps their thoughts at that time were very similar or the same with their neighbors.
甚至很难说像我们现在住在现今的 像我们现在住在现今的，
And it's very much like how we are living in today's society.
我们的一些想法是不是完全跟圣经，
Our thoughts are very aligned with the Bible,
还是我们的一些想法上面会有一些？
or are our thoughts constantly going back and forth?
所以当这些百姓看到摩西不在的时候，
And when the people saw that Moses was no longer there,
所以他就知道说要有一个神，
and they know that they need a God,
因为他们知道，他们只透过摩西知道这一位神，
because they only knew this God through Moses.
甚至连亚伦都没办法告诉他们要该怎么，
And even Aaron could not tell the people what they must do.
所以他们就跟人说：“哎，帮我们造个神像，带我们继续。”
And so the people told Aaron to create a God to continue to guide them.
所以他们的想法就跟他们原本住在埃及地的周遭的人，
And what their thoughts were the same as the people who are living in Egypt.
他们只知道说要有个神，
They only know that they need a God.
而且他们那时候直接想到的就是像埃及地那些，
And the thought that came to their mind at that time was to liken a god of Egypt.
所以他们没有办法去知道说真的一位神去带领他们。
They do not understand to have a true God to bring them out.
所以他们就因为摩西不在就忘。
And because Moses was no longer there, they forgot.
那他们讲了之后，亚伦怎么？
And after they have spoken of this, what was Aaron's reaction?
亚伦的反应可以让我们知道说，亚伦也有这样的想法。
And from Aaron's reaction, we can also see that Aaron had the exact same thought.
第二节，
Verse 2.
亚伦对他们说：“你们去摘下你们儿女耳上的金环，拿来给。”第三节，
3.
百姓就摘下他们耳上的金环，拿来给亚伦。
4.
亚伦从他们的手里接过来，铸了一用雕刻。
Verse 2 to 4 too. And Aaron said to them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, your sons, and your daughters, and bring them to me. 3. So all the people broke off the golden earrings which were in the ears and brought them to Aaron. Verse 4. And he received the gold from their hand, and he fashioned it with an engraving tool and made a molded calf.
所以我们就看到亚伦的反应，
And we can see Aaron's reaction.
就说：“哎，你们把金子收集过来，我帮你们。”
And so he told them to gather all the gold that they have, and he will make them a god.
他做的就是仿照像埃及的像一样。
And what he had made is a replication of the god in Egypt.
所以让我们知道说，在这个时候，亚伦他没有做到他自己，
From this, we can see that Aaron did not fulfill his duties.
他没有说：“哎，不行，
He did not say no.
因为我们带领我们出埃及的不是这个。”
He did not tell them that the one who had brought you out of the land of Egypt is not this.
而且他没有去鼓励百姓，
And he didn't even encourage the people
哎，我们应该要有信心，
to say that, oh, we should have faith.
我们相信摩西一定会的。
And we believe that Moses will for sure come.
可是他没有这么做。
But he did not do all these.
当百姓这么吵的时候，他就这么做。
And when the people started to complain, he solved it in this matter.
所以在历史当中，我们常常说，我们可以透过历史来知道一些很多的事情。
And oftentimes we say that we can see many things through history.
像亚伦的这，
For instance, the event with Aaron.
还有当以色列国分成犹大跟以色列之后，
And also when the kingdom of Israel was split into the kingdom of Judah and Israel.
北朝他就自己又造了2个金牛犊，在2个。
The northern kingdom also created for themselves 2 golden calves placed in 2 different places.
耶罗波安他也这么，
King Jeroboam also did.
所以我们就知道说，当这些人在信心很软弱的，
We can see that when the people, when they're weak in faith,
他们就没有去把真的是属于神要做的事情放在心上，放在他的心。
They no longer put what God wants in their actions and their thoughts.
他就会去学习别人或是他已经知道的东西。
They will mimic other people or things that they already know.
在这件事情上面呢，亚伦他不想要得罪，
And on this matter, Aaron did not want to cross the people.
所以他就应着百姓的要求去。
And so he did according to what the people wanted.
那这件事情下的结果是什么？
And what was the result of this issue?
我们知道，那当然是大大的神。
It was definitely rousing the wrath of God.
在7节以后，这边就
From verse 7 and onwards, it records.
第7节，耶和华吩咐摩西说：“下去吧，因为你的百姓就是你从埃及地出来的，已经败坏了，他们快偏离了我所吩咐的道，为自己向他下拜献祭。说以色列啊，这就是领你出埃及的神。”
Verse 7 and 8, verse 7. And the Lord said to Moses, Go, get down, for your people whom you brought out of the land of Egypt had corrupted themselves. 8. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made themselves a molded calf and worshipped it and sacrificed to it and said, This is your God, O Israel, that brought you out of the land of Egypt.
我们知道说，在那个时候，神在跟摩西颁布。
We know that at that time, God was giving commandments to Moses.
神就直接跟摩西这样说：“赶快下去。”
The Lord said to Moses, Go down quick, get down.
因为百姓已经开始败坏。
These people have started to corrupt themselves.
这40天的光景，就让这些百姓离开了神。
Within only these 40 days allowed these people to leave God.
而且当下去的时候是什么样的一个情况？
And when Moses reached to the bottom of the mountain, what was the situation like?
我们看到第17节，
Let's read verse 18.
约书亚一听到百姓呼喊的声音，就对摩西说：“在营里有征战的声音。”18节，摩西说：“这不是打胜仗的声音，也不是打败仗的声音，我所听见乃是人歌唱的声音。”第19，摩西挨近营前，就看见人跳舞，便发怒，把2块板扔在山下塞水了。
Verse 17 to 19:17. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said to Moses, There is a noise of war in the camp. 18. But he said, It is not the noise of the shout of victory, nor the noise of the cry of defeat, but the sound of singing I hear. Verse 19. So it was as soon as he came near the camp that he saw the calf and the dancing. So Moses' anger became hot, and he cast tablets out of his hand and broke them at the foot of the mountain.
所以我们在这边看到这2个人的时候有不同的反应。
I mean, at this time, we see that the two people had two different reactions.
约书亚他是非常疑心在神的侍奉上，
Joshua was a person that was very fervent in doing God's work.
所以你看到他的反应是，我听到好像有打仗的声音。
His reaction was, I hear a noise of war in the camp.
所以他担心他的百姓有被攻击。
He was afraid that the people had the danger of being attacked.
可是摩西神已经告诉他，
But for Moses, God already told him.
所以摩西说，鹰叫的乃
He said that the sound that I hear is the sound of singing.
为什么这么说？我们看到
Why did he say it in this manner? As we already read, we can see it in verse 6.
第6节那边，清早起来，百姓起来献燔祭和平安祭，就坐下吃喝，起来玩。
6. Then they rose early on the next day, offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play.
百姓起来玩耍，听起来好像在玩乐。
Here it records that the people rose up to play. It just seems as if they're ground.
但是事实上在原文里面它不是。
But in the original text, it was not described in this manner.
他们在做的是什么？
What were they doing?
他们在向牛犊来。
They were offering sacrifices to the golden calf.
他们用的是什么方式？
What are the methods they offer these
他
sacrifices?
们用的是当地迦南人的。
They offered in a manner that the locals, which are the Canaanites, would offer.
他们用的是埃及人。
And they offered in a manner that the Egyptians would offer.
那这些人在他们献祭是要在他们的神面前喝完了，甚至是有不好的一些不正当的一些。
When the other people, when they offer to their gods, it would be to eat and play, eat, drink, and be merry, and do certain actions that are not very good.
所以在这些百姓当中，他们像外邦人一样，以这样的心来去认定去。
And these people of God, they used the hearts or the methods of Gentiles to offer to their God.
看一下以弗所的第4章11节。
Let's turn to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17.
4章的17节
Chapter 4, verse 17
到19
to verse 19.
章17。
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17.
所以我说，且在主里，你们行事不要再像外邦人妄的心行发结，他们心里昏人所示的生命格局，都因刚硬。良心既然上进，就放纵私欲，贪行种种的。
Verse 17 to 19:17. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that you should no longer walk as the rest of the Gentiles walk, in the futility of their mind. 18. Having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God, because the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart. Verse 17. Who being past feeling, given themselves over to lewdness, to work all uncleanness and greediness.
所以这些百姓呢，他们就学习外邦人来去放纵自己的。
These Israelites, they copy the Gentiles to give themselves over to lewdness.
所以他们没有学习主耶稣的神的榜样。
They did not imitate the actions of God.
当然，在后面20节后，保罗有提到说要学习榜样。
In this passage, 20 verse 20 onwards, Paul records of how we have to imitate the actions of Christ.
但是他们却不这么做。
But the Israelites did not do this.
他们怎么做呢？
What did they do?
我们看一下哥林多前书。
Let's turn to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10.
哥林多前书的第10章的第5节。
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5.
10章第5节。
Chapter 10, verse 5.
第10章这边有讲到一些是旧约的。
In chapter 10, it talks about the examples in the Old Testament.
我们看第5节。
Read verse 5.
但他们中间多半是神不喜欢的人，所以在旷野倒闭。第6节。
6.
这些事都是我们也叫我们不要贪恶事，像他们那样贪恋。
7.
也不要拜偶像，像他们有人拜的。经上所记，百姓坐下吃喝，起来玩耍。
Verse 5 to 7, verse 5. But with most of them God was not well pleased, for their bodies were scattered in the wilderness. 6. Now these things became our examples to the intent that we should not lust after evil things as they lusted. 7. And do not become idolaters as they were, some of them. As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to.
所以这边在记载说，因为他们是神所不。
It records that these are most of them are what is not pleased by God.
因为他们的行事没有得到神的。
As what their actions were not in the favor of God.
他们的所做出来的就像以赛亚先知。
And a lot of their actions were as prophesied by prophet.
我们看一下马太福音13章。
Let's turn to the book of Matthew.
马太福音的13章
Matthew chapter 13.
3章的14、15节。
Matthew chapter 13, verse 14, 15.
马太福音的13章
Matthew chapter 13,
4节，
verse 14.
在他们身上正应了以赛亚的说：你们听是要听见，却不明白；看是要看见，却不晓得。
15.
因为这百姓油蒙了心，耳朵发沉，眼睛恐怕眼睛看见，耳朵听见，心里明白，回转过来有益处。
Verse 14 and 15. 14. And in them the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled, saying, which says, Hearing you will hear and shall not understand, and seeing you will see and not perceive. 15. For the hearts of this people have grown dull, their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so that I should heal them.
所以我们可以看到百姓反应是，
And see that these are the reactions of the people.
所以他们听是要听见，看是要看见。
Hearing they will hear, but they will not understand, and seeing they will see, but they will not perceive.
他听了很多摩西在跟他们讲的事情，
They hear many words that Moses told them,
也看到很多是神在他们面前所彰显的，
and they saw many works of God before them,
可是他们却不明白，也不晓得。
but they do not see or understand.
这边就讲到说，就好像油蒙，
And here it says it's as if their hearts have grown dull.
在15节。
In verses 16,
所以有时候我们再去看到这个历史事情，
after we have, when we see these type of events or situations, we can ponder.
当然我们没有到像他们这么反叛神，
Of course, we are not as rebellious as they were.
但是我们每一天的所作所为，或者是我讲的事情，
But on our everyday actions and our everyday thoughts,
我们是不是都能够在一步一步的跟着神所要我们做？
be able to follow according to what God wants us to do.
在民数记当中有讲到很多有关
In the book of Numbers, it refers to many prophecies.
其中讲到一个是拿细尔，
And one talked about the people, the Nazarites.
这拿细尔人的这件要告诉我，
And the people of, or the Nazarites is to tell us
不是说只有利未人才能够来侍，
that it's not only the Levites that can serve God,
是每一个人有心智的都可以来。
but rather those who have heart can come and
So-
serve Him.
所以当今天不是只有在亚伦的身上才需要去做侍奉神的工作，
Therefore, today, not only is Aaron responsible to serve God,
所以这是每一个人都可以成为神的祭。
that every one of us, or every one of them, can become the priest of God.
在我们向神表明心志，就是让我们知道说要帮神。
When we present our determination is when we have a determination to do a certain work for God,
或是我们知道说在什么事情上是对跟不对的事，
or during the time where we know what is right and wrong.
我们应该要去把对的事情讲出来。
Have to say what is right.
我们不要像在这个时候的亚伦，他不去把对的事情，
We should not be Aaron, who at this time did not say what was right.
而且甚至到最后的时候，他推卸了责任。
And even till the end, he tried to not take responsibility for his actions.
都是因为这些百姓。
He said that because of these people,
在圣经当中有很多这样，
and in the Bible it records many of these types of events.
就像亚当，
Adam,
你所造的那个女人，
He said that it's the woman that you created. She gave it to me.
所以在很多的事情上面，我们知道说自己站的角度，
And on many events and situations, do we know what type of perspective we have to take?
就像摩西下山的时候，
Just like when Moses, when he went down the mountain,
他跟所有百姓说：“站在我这边的人，
he told to the people that those who are standing on my side, please separate yourselves.
所以所有的地位支派全部。
All the people who are in the tribe of Levites, they separated themselves.
当我们知道自己应该做的事情，
When we know what is the actions that we must do,
我们有没有那个勇气去选？
do we have the courage to choose it and to do it?
当然，现在的我们并没有像是这些百姓他们被保，我们像他们说实在好像被保。
And today we are not very much like, we're not like the Israelites.
以色列百姓在当时候好像被照顾的，
The Israelites at that time, they were very well taken care of.
起床有东西吃，然后出去有云，还有可以带领他们走。
When they wake up, they have food to eat, and they also have the pillar of clouds and fire to guide them.
想吃肉，神给他们；
When they wanted meat, God gave them meat.
想喝水，神给。
When they wanted water, God gave them water.
是他们却，
But what were their actions?
然后他们跟摩西抱怨说：“
They still complained to Moses
诶，我们在埃及有什么有什么，
that when we were in Egypt, we had this and that,
可是我们现在，
but now we have nothing.
他们讲了很多一些属地的食物。
They referred to many food that they could eat.
所以在今天在信仰生活，
But today in our life of faith,
我们不但是在自己的信仰上，我们跟神，
not only in our faith between us and God,
我们同样在教会里面也是他的弟。
but also in church, we're also with other brothers and sisters.
所以在人的团体当中，都会有很多。
And in a group of people, there's always various voices.
那在神的团体，我们所听到的声音是什么？
But in the congregation of God, what are the voices we hear?
听到的是人的声音，
Do we hear the voice of people?
还是神？
Do we hear the voice of God?
所以在很多事情上面，尤其在教会的，
Therefore, in church, especially with between brothers and sisters,
我们应该要把神，
we have to put God first.
不要像亚伦他这样，
We should not be like Aaron,
他是逃避。
where he ran away.
另外一个人呢，也不要学。
And we should not also learn from Gideon.
基甸，我们知道他是一个，他也非常尽了他是，
We know that Gideon, he is a judge, and he also did his duty as a judge.
可是他到最后呢，
But in the end,
他为了他自己，然后做了金，
for himself, he made a ephod.
所以他在他的部分，他又高举了。
He in this matter, he rose himself up.
在后面的事情，当然他整个家庭后来就被神所厌恶。
We know that in the end, his family was hated by God.
在他的整个家族里面征战的事情，
And in his family, there were some outbreaks of war.
所以在这个整件事情上面，
And from this whole situation matter,
我们应该知道说，什么是对的，什么，
we have to know what is right and what is wrong.
而且我们要知道说该尽什么样的责任，
We have to understand what type of responsibility we have to carry.
而不要像亚伦他把自己。
We should not be like Aaron, who pushed his responsibility onto others.
最后一起唱诗210。
Let us lastly sing hymn to Please be seated.
我们现在要祷告。
Now we're about to pray.
我们在祷告当中求神带领我们在教会要做的圣工，
In our prayer, we ask God to guide us through our holy works in church.
然后也帮助一些身体或心灵偏安的带到。
So intercede for the brothers and sisters who are feeling unwell physically and spiritually.
然后也在祷告当中求神带领加添我们个人的信
So in our prayer, ask God to strengthen and increase our faith.
让我们能够朝着神的意走。
That we may walk in the way of God's will.
我们同心跪下来祷告。
Just praying, Lord.
晚上聚会到此，愿大家平安。
This concludes our evening service. May peace be